Hi Yashwanth.
Hi, Olga.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Shivaji. You know it already.
Yeah, we studied
So
together, so of course I know.
yes. Okay, you are doing a job as a design engineer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So where are you working exactly?
I'm currently working in a company called Mark Germany, GmbH. It's a group of company which is working with the other group called Dover Group, which is more known in the world because it is kind of spread out of spread through all of the world, kind of in many countries, and it is based in or the headquarters is based in America. And our headquarters, for the Mark Germany group, it's in Switzerland, and I'm working in a branch here in Germany in city of Sanden.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's so nice. You are working here and you are doing a job as a design engineer.
Yeah,
with a passion, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I would like to ask some questions regarding your job. How would you love your job?
Okay. So you mean if I'm liking my job or if I'm enjoying that?
Yes.
kind of
Are
sense,
you
right?
enjoying it?
Okay. So when it comes to my work, I really enjoy that because it is the kind of work that I was trying to do, or I was planning to work on since 7-8 years already, from the beginning of my bachelor's.
Okay.
So I have been working on this particular field to improve my skills in that, and also at the same time working with the different professors or kind of different companies to get more knowledge in that, experience in that. So yeah, of course, I'm enjoying my job now because it's not just completely into not just the design, it's also a mixture of product management.
So you're sorry for the interruption,
No
but I'm just asking you. So you are working as a design engineer.
Yeah, true.
Since we thought that a design engineer working is based on only the design or software, something else.
Yeah.
So is there anything else more than that?
Yeah, there is a lot of things more than that. For example, my job, I'm working as a design engineer, like a plant design engineer, but still I have a lot of things to do. For example, in other branches, for example, now I'm working as a design engineer at the same time doing stuff for product management, which have a lot to do with other people as well, because many people think that design is just a kind of job that you just do in your room, in your office, and it's just kind of sitting in front of the computer and stuff without having contact anything. Maybe it's true for some of the design jobs, but it's not true for the job that I'm doing. So that's why I'm really happy for that, because I have a lot to do with people directly, and also at the same time I'm learning new stuff as well, just the design, also the approach of my company, how
It's
they are
like a development.
Exactly. So how they are approaching the customers, how we are approaching the customers as an engineer, and how the marketing people are approaching, because we just have contact with every single branch together, and we are working together for that. That's the reason why I'm getting to know all the stuff, and it actually happens in every single job. Doesn't matter if it is a design job or if it is just a development
or quality or anything else.
Quality stuff, but you won't be just sticking to that particular part of job until this particular company is kind of really fixed to the rules that you have to do your job. Like your vision is just this, so just see the stuff which you can see through your specs. Yeah, people say that,
yes,
if you can just focus on the stuff which you can see through your glasses, which is just kind of doesn't make sense for me, because if you want to learn stuff, if you want to explore the world, you just have to look around, and you just have to learn that. So
yeah, that is what important in our life.
Yeah.
So actually my intention is for the aspirants who are going into the design field.
Yeah.
So what are your suggestions? So what are the requirements before going into the design field? For example, you have finished your mechanical engineering in India, and here in the masters in product development, right?
Yeah.
So how can we say that which is important, which softwares or any skills that are needed for the design engineer job?
So when it comes to skills and softwares, I would just say the mindset of the person is definitely important for this particular kind of jobs. Not just for the design job, for any kind of job, because people kind of change their way of thinking year by year, and also maybe they can change their aim or kind of interest in jobs. I also know some of the colleagues from my office as well. They had some different interests in the beginning of the of their career, and then they just changed them so that maybe it's because of the money, or it's because of the interest in job, or it's because of the fun they have in job.
Okay.
So it depends on everything. So you just have to, if you have interest in any kind of field, I would say the most important stuff is to keep that constantly. Like you just have to.
You mean the skills which I'm asking, like not only the software, the other skills are more important than the software or some learning.
So that's why I'm telling you about the personality of the stuff of the particular person. So he has to maintain that interest and also develop himself.
Okay.
He just can be, he or she, they just can be open to learn any new kind of stuff, and they can just explore stuff. So yeah, the most important thing for the design job is to know how the mechanics works.
Okay.
Any kind of doesn't matter what kind of design you do, machine design, surface designs, or kind of how to say that, the outer designs, for example, cars.
For example, exterior, interior design.
Exactly. So some kind of stuff. So you just have to know how it works and what are important for that stuff.
Okay.
So for that you need to know the technical information, of course, and the least thing that you have, the least important thing is the software. Everybody, in my 8 years of learning, I saw a lot of people who wants to learn design. They just kind of interested directly into software. Like,
yes. Normally
can
people
you please
think
teach me SolidWorks? Maybe I will do job in design. It's like it's just a tool where you put your ideas into.
Okay.
So it's like doing some or kind of creating some drawings.
Okay.
But we are teaching them, and then he or she just come to me and ask like, can you teach me how to hold a pen?
Okay.
It's kind of wrong. It's a basic thing that you have to know, which is important, but still, it's not the most important thing.
Yes.
The thing is, you have to be creative, and you have to put your thoughts into the paper. So you should know how to put your thoughts into the paper. And this particular pen is just a medium for that.
Yes,
just like
in the same way.
Just like that, the subject that you have in your brain have to be put into the software, and the software is just a tool.
That's so nice example for the design engineers who are willing to come to the design job. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you know the tool knowledge, it doesn't matter. It matters anyway. But more than that, the creativity, the working principles, or the working, how to work, the way of working is more important than the tool, right?
Yeah. I can give you a good example for that. One of my colleagues, he was actually a mechatronics engineer.
Okay.
And now he's doing designs for machines, like, as we say in German, Anlagenplanung, so machine layout planning.
Okay.
And he's working with SolidWorks, which he didn't do in his whole life before. But he know how to work with that. He know what should be done. So he have that subject. He know how to put it into the application. So then he just have to know how to use the SolidWorks, for example.
Okay.
Then he just learn the software, how it works, which is not so hard to learn. People also think that SolidWorks is really hard. SolidWorks or kind of Siemens NX or any kind of design, even though he didn't work with SolidWorks ever before.
So you have told about the design job and what are the qualifications required, like what kind of. So particularly, some people don't know about how to get into the job directly. Here in Germany also, or in India also, if you want to achieve that design job, particularly, you are working as a plant design engineer.
Yeah.
So you need to work with the machines. Yeah. I think so. The plant stuff, everything. So if you want to get into that particular field, so how you tried and what are the qualifications you had before? So how you reached it actually?
Okay, to be honest, I never worked on plant designs before. I worked on a lot of kind of different designs, but as a plant designer, that's my first job, what I'm doing now.
Okay.
And now I'm doing really good in that. But for that, the reason is you just have to know how to put your ideas into implementation.
Yes.
As we talked before.
Yes.
So I worked for 3D printing stuff. to develop 3D printers, and I also worked for technical papers to write for universities and for PhD people and stuff, where we design different kind of stuff. I mean, you know that in university we don't particularly stay on one track. We just have
a different subjects to learn.
So for example, rim designs and composite designs and hook designs, something like that. So there in that particular work, I got to know the basics of design and where we have to take care of and what should be developed in
like
any
the tolerances or in terms of prototypes. So
prototyping, it's important too. And I just put all the stuff into this particular job, and I'm doing pretty good in that. That's what my boss also said. Even though you didn't work in a plant engineering before, you have a lot of experience in learning. You know that. I mean, I was working as a work student here in Germany for a long time, and as a professional here, it's my first job. So he know that I didn't have much experience in that, and that's what he tried to say. You just have good learning experience, and I just wish it would work, and it's working now. So I would just say that just go with any kind of designs, whatever you get into the into your path when you're going with the work. It could definitely help you in every single perspective, because when you're planning for a plant, it's not just the steel construction, or it's just not component construction what you will be doing. You will be dealing with electronics, you will be dealing with electricals, you will be dealing with any kind of actuators, sensors.
So are you also working with these things also, the electrical things, actuators?
Yes.
Okay, so that is what important for us. Like I personally thought that as a mechanical or design engineer, so we should have only concentrate on the mechanical things.
It's not true. Because when you're working with the actuator, you should know how it works. Only then you can develop a component that can be attached to, for example. And we will be kind of reconstructing motors, for example, as the customer wants, because we will be buying a raw motor. I would say it's a raw material for us from a different company. And then we will just we will remodel that again as the customer wants. It's kind of tuning in in cars.
In the cars
language.
Cars,
So it's kind of tuning what we will be doing for the motors, and for that you should know how the motor works and how it reacts when you change it. So this kind of electrical knowledge is also important when you're working with the stuff that you're doing. So it's not always the same. I mean, it's just an example of
from your perception and your opinion point of view.
And for example, semiconductor designers. So they should know where these particular semiconductors will be placed and how they will be placed
with the mechanical connection.
And those are electrical designers, but they also have to know how the mechanical stuff would look like. So that's the reason we will be kind of like having relation between our work. So we will be having a connection for.
So what the salary can expect a candidate who are into the field in the design? Like I mean, I'm not asking your salary. So it's like so what package you could get it probably?
Salary is
the minimum.
Also a important thing, and also kind of an aspect which depends on how you deal with the company. You know, they could pay from 40,000 to 60,000. So it's a big range. You just have to know how to sell yourself. So when you sell yourself to the company in a good way, then of course you can handle that. But as I said, the range is really huge. Some designers also earn around 90K per annum.
So it depends on the person experience.
Exactly.
So as a fresher, for example, as a master student who has a knowledge in mechanical engineering or design field, and then he wants to into the design. So what is the minimum? As you said, the minimum will be the 40,000 euros.
Minimum will be 40,000.
40,000 euros.
I mean,
per annum, right?
According to the surveys that they conducted in various social media stuff, for example, LinkedIn.
You have already done your master thesis and internships also, right? Before
Yes.
your job.
Yes.
So how did you apply? Most of the people here in Germany, after applying, they got a lot of rejections.
Yeah.
I don't know how many rejections you had, or which is the, or it might be the first job or first internship for you. I don't know actually. But how you achieved it, and what are the smart ways to getting it?
Smart ways. I would say
I mean, I want to ask you, do you have a rejections of these?
I did. I mean,
lot of or more normal?
Luckily for my internship applications, to be honest, I just did 6 applications for my internship.
Okay.
And the third reply from the interviews, I got an acceptance. So
Okay.
there I didn't work or fight for my internship that much. But after my internship, when I was internship and work student, I worked for like around 2 years in that position.
As a intern.
Intern and work student.
Work student.
So,
okay.
Let's say 6 months of internship, and then after the rest was work student.
Okay.
So you will be dealing with projects definitely at that time.
Uh-huh.
So it's also a learning curve where you work with different projects and also build your experience. Even with that,
I mean to achieve it, actually, yeah, you have already told about the experience, how it will be, but to achieve it, how would you approach? I mean, there are some online platforms, or we need to apply directly into the company.
Yeah.
So what are the smart ways? Maybe not only in terms of knowledge, in terms of application process, or like
yeah,
that.
I mean, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Okay.
It's like even with that experience, it's not that easy to find a job after that, because for my job, I wrote around 900 applications. Around 900
after your
applications after my
internships.
internship
Okay.
with that experience.
Okay.
So it's not just about the software or the platform where you're searching for. There is also a bit of luck in that.
Okay.
It also plays a role for sure, and your knowledge as well, and also the conditions, how the market is working. I had to write that many applications because the market was really low because of Corona pandemic and stuff. And I just would say they just have to be open to research about the jobs in the company websites, not just in the in any kind of platforms.
Like a LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Or Stepstones, like
yeah, something like that. Job search engines, kind of. I don't want to say any names for that. So any job search engines, they might be kind of old sometimes. The job advertisements, what they post there, they might be really old, like I don't know, 6 months old or something like that. And people try to apply for those jobs, which doesn't make sense because they are old and they are also filled.
So that is the reason a lot of the people also getting rejections.
Exactly, that could be one of the reasons for the people.
Okay.
So I would suggest, if they see something like that, any jobs, go to the website directly, go to the company website directly, and get familiar with that particular company.
Okay.
You know, and instead of trying to search for a job directly, I would also say go for different kind of companies. Search companies.
Okay, not
which are working in this field. You know, don't
not
just
the
write,
online platform and
exactly.
directly going into.
Don't just write design engineer in any search engines, and there will be a lot of posts.
A lot of posts, yeah.
But search for the companies which are working in that field. Then you can see the companies, and you will also get to know the company. You know, then there is a positive side in that, because when the company is working in different kind of perspective, different kind of fields, you might also want to work in that field. You might find a particular field which is more interesting than just design. You know, it might be a combination of design and also new development. You know,
did you do your CV on your own, or
I did my CV on my own? Yeah.
Is it in German? Yeah, I want to ask something else regarding the German.
Yeah.
So have you applied in the German or English?
I did apply in German, except some of the companies which asked for English application documents. I mean, they stated that's why I have to do it in English, but the rest I did it in German. And for doing it in German, as I come from India, I had to learn German and do stuff, but still I'm not a professional in writing official letters and stuff.
Okay.
So I always had a help from my
university or the friends.
Sure, university could also do that. There will be helping department in kind of the student support department in any universities. They could definitely help students in doing their documents as well. For sure.
So, what are your suggestions to the people or the interns?
Just go for it. Just go for it. I mean, just don't think much. If you find a position, if you think it's interesting for you, if you see your future in this particular kind of field, just go for it and do that. I would definitely say that for sure that you won't stay in this particular job or in this particular field for your whole life.
Okay.
Because when you're working with that, you want to develop yourself for sure. Okay. So you will be changing that. That's the reason it doesn't make any damage to your profile or damage to you. You will just learn, just go for it.
So the most important question, you have told that you have like 900 applications.
Yes.
So it's a lot of effort, I think.
Yeah.
So can you tell me, so how you managed it during your application process? So because a lot of people are, even a few of my friends and you, I know you personally, but few of my other friends also telling me that there are a lot of rejections I'm getting. So how do you manage? So sometimes we will be demotivated. So how do you manage up to 900 applications? After 900 applications, you got your job.
Yes.
So can you please elaborate in a way?
For me, it was so sure. I was having confidence in me because it's not because of the knowledge that I lack. I know that there is something that I could give to the companies, and I know that they will be interested in my profile. But as I said, it was also depending on the market at the time.
But mean the time you also have a
there will be a lot of frustrations, there will be depressions, there will be a time where you just want to give up and just get done with that. You just want to do any job that you could earn money for your living.
Yes.
Sure, I also had those stuff, but as I said in the first question, just don't change your interest. Stay on that, stick into that.
So with your interest, you achieved it.
Yeah. And
like the motivation, you got it from the interest.
It's just through my how to say,
the passion, we can say.
The passion for that in that field, I would say, because I really enjoy doing my work in design and stuff. That's the reason why I just kind of had to stick to that. I had to stick to that, otherwise I wouldn't be happy in doing any other job. I also, I mean, at the end, I got 3 offers from really good companies.
That's so nice.
And but 2 others are not completely design. One is marketing manager, and the other was a project manager for
with the design knowledge.
Yeah, in that. But I want to do something more into development. That's the reason why I chose this one, even though even though it was not the best paid in these 3 options.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
it's because of your interest into the field.
That's the job where I would have fun, and that's what I saw.
That's so nice. Like some people are willing to go direct only into the job which is having a good salary.
Yeah.
So yeah, salary is also important, but out of that your interest also important.
Yeah.
Like you achieved up to 900 applications. It's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
So which require a motivation and everything.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Yashwanth, for giving this opportunity.
No problem.
Take
I'm glad to do that for the next generation.
Yeah. Thank you so much.